Bitcoin is just for criminals. The media loves to repeat this narrative. But is it true? Is Bitcoin really the currency of choice for illegal activity? Today we're going to dive into the facts and separate myth from reality. The origin of this myth goes back to Bitcoin's early days when the Silk Road, an online black market on the dark web, made headlines. Back then, people used Bitcoin to buy drugs and other illegal items because it was relatively anonymous compared to traditional payment methods. That story stuck, and ever since, Bitcoin has been painted as the go-to currency for criminals. But here's the reality. Yeah, Bitcoin has been used to buy drugs, but so has every other currency, especially cash. In fact, not surprisingly, cash is still by far the most used medium for illegal activities. According to blockchain analytics firm Chainalysis, illegal activity made up just 0.24% of all cryptocurrency transactions in 2022, totaling around $20.6 billion, which on the surface seems like a lot of money, but when you consider that Bitcoin's total market cap at the time was between $1 and $2 trillion, this means that just over 1% of Bitcoin's transactions were linked to crime. In contrast, the United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime, UNODC, estimates that around 2 to 5% of global GDP, or roughly 800 billion to 2 trillion, is involved in money laundering and other illegal activities, mostly using cash. So, while Bitcoin has been involved in crime, it's actually far less prevalent than the use of traditional money, which makes sense if you think about it. Bitcoin is often described as anonymous, but that's not entirely accurate. A better way to say it would be to call it pseudonymous, which means that while transactions on the blockchain are traceable, authorities need to work to link a wallet address to a person in the real world to make any arrests. This transparency makes Bitcoin far less appealing to criminals than cash. In fact, many criminals have been caught precisely because they used Bitcoin thinking it was untraceable. Law enforcement agencies have increasingly used blockchain analysis to track down and prosecute criminals. In some ways, Bitcoin is the most transparent payment network in the world. Even if a transaction is made pseudonymously, once an address is linked to a real identity, law enforcement can trace every transaction ever made with that address. The idea that Bitcoin is only used for criminals makes for eye-catching headlines. It's an easy way to generate fear and skepticism, especially for something as new and disruptive as Bitcoin. Bitcoin is not a criminal tool, it's a financial network that offers unprecedented freedom and transparency. Bitcoin is for everyone. Criminals may try to use it just like they use other technologies, like electricity or the internet, cars, mobile phones. The reality is that Bitcoin's open ledger makes it a terrible choice for those who want to hide their tracks. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for watching.